Elisa, LaShell, Sanders, Arnold.
I'm Elisa, LaShell, the Empowerment Specialist. Once again, I do empowerment coaching to rebuild, restore, and renew from the inside out. My life's motto is, you can't fix what you won't face. And a lot of times we talk about, oh my goodness, we got issues and the struggle is real, but we never want to go back and address the issue that have us in the struggle. And so I decided, listen, you can't fix what you won't face. So let's find a way to face our issues so that we can fix them. And when we face them, I offer three things: help, hope, and healing. And that is my life's motto. That's my objective. That's my mission. While you guys are on here, those of you all that are new, every single Monday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on Facebook Live, I host what's called Mic Drop Monday. And I'm so grateful that over the last 6 months, and really just in the last about maybe 4 weeks, the last month or so, Mic Drop Monday has seen tremendous growth. We have 15, 16, 20,000 people that watch every Monday. They're watching from over 5, 6, 7 different countries and over almost 30 different states. And so if you have not had an opportunity to join me on Mic Drop Monday, this Monday night at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you need to come on, because we're going to be talking about something that's going to be off the chain. And so thank you guys that are joining. So let's get to it for tonight. And if you guys are coming and watching the replay, how are you? I'm so glad that you're here. All right, tonight I decided to put this out to the fellas, because fellas, listen, I get it. We women are some complex creatures. One day, we can act a little bipolar and we can get a little schizo sometimes. One day we feel like we want this. One day we act like we want this. And, unless you got a roadmap from God, it's a little difficult to figure us out sometimes. However, I am inclined to believe that when it comes to all women, there are some things universally that we really need for you to know, guys. And I promise you guys, if you will listen, if you will take heed. Now, I got to tell you guys, especially the men that are listening and that are going to watch, because I know after this show is over, ladies are going to get their husbands, their boyfriends, everybody in to watch this. Usually when we hear something and it kind of hits us the wrong way, we don't like to hear it. It creates what I call a cognitive dissonance. It rubs against what we think we know. It kind of makes us want to reject the message. But I'm telling you, like I tell my kids, listen, just take it. Just take it. It can't do anything but help you. So, sometimes we want to get a little new and we want to get a little defensive. But what happens with all of us, and especially us two ladies, when we get defensive, for some reason our ears shut down. We can't hear correctly. We can't process the message. But this message, guys, even though it's to you, at the end of this message, what I'm hoping it's going to do is help you form a more fruitful relationship with your significant others. And so it might be a little funny at times. And listen, all the ladies that are watching, you guys know I love interaction. So you have permission to speak, to say, you repeat some of the points that I give out there. Make sure that you're interacting with me. As you hear something crazy, keep tagging your friends, keep inviting, keep sharing, because everybody needs to hear this message. Now, I'm part of a team called the My Relationship Movement. Hey, Nicole. And what the My Relationship Movement does is we offer, and what we try to do is foster healthy relationships, first with yourself and then others. Hey, Makithia. And so what happens, what I do, like I said, individually, is I'm an empowerment specialist, and that's what I seek to do, is rebuild, renew, and restore. But as a team, we deal with relationships, fostering healthy relationships. And about a year and a half ago, I came up with this idea that we should do a segment about what every woman wants every man to know. And so, ladies, if you saying, I'm telling the truth, make sure you show me some love on the screen. Hey, Terry. All right, fellas, the first thing, ladies, we want you to know is, despite what we say and despite how we act, just about everything you do affects us some kind of way. Ladies, can I get an amen or some love on the screen? Hey, Trey, listen, fellas, listen to me. Just about everything you do affects us in some kind of way. Let me go down the list. If you don't answer the phone when we call, If we try to ask you something and you talk to us, your tone a little shifty, or you cut us off. If you looking sideways at us, if we come to approach you and you kind of moving out the way, if you're not consistent, if we do something new and you don't say anything about, just about everything you do affects us in some kind of way. This is going to help you guys, fellas. I'm trying to help the relationships here. When you understand that just about everything you do affects us in some kind of way, hopefully what we'll do is cause you to be a little bit more mindful in your approach. Fellas, sometimes, and again, I know I'm a woman and I know that we can be off the chain, but we'll do a segment for the ladies, what the fellas want us to know later. But tonight it is to help the guys. Fellas, just about everything you do affects us. When you say you were going to come by and you didn't. When you say you were going to call and you forgot. When we text you and you did not respond. When you set a date with us to do something and you found something else to do. When we're trying to talk to you and you're on the phone or you're finding something else better to do. When you forget important dates. Everything just about that you do affects us. Now, maybe all the time, and we have to do a better job, ladies, because we'll sit there and we won't tell you guys, and then we'll go in our secret closet and have an attitude, and we'll be saying, now, I knew he knew better. But to your defense, guys, you're not mind readers. And that's why I'm doing this segment, because ladies, we like to think these men are mind readers, but they cannot read our minds. And so, fellas, I'm giving you guys a cheat sheet tonight. Here is how you win with your woman. I'm trying to help us be great. I'm trying to help y'all be great tonight. And those of you guys that are coming on new, make sure you're sharing this. We're trying to spread the love. This is the month of love. Hey, Nino, important dates. Okay, so ladies, one of my friends is on. He said, define important dates. We want you to remember things that we put out there. If we say this was a day maybe that somebody significant to us passed away, or maybe this was the day that we lost something or something traumatic happened in our life. And of course, birthdays and anniversaries, but there are just some dates we say something about that was significant. We're looking and hoping that you remember, hey, Brittany, important dates. And now, ladies, sometimes, we expect you guys to remember stuff. And y'all are sitting there didn't that happen 3 years ago? But we're holding it hostage and we feel like you're supposed to remember it. So ladies, come on now. We got to do a better job in putting out those gentle reminders when it's something coming up. Because I know what we'll do. We'll get an attitude when men forget certain things and then we haven't sent any reminder. And then we want them though. We think they just should be remembering. Come on, guys. Let's give these guys a break, people. We got to do better. Hey, Adrian. All right. And so that is one of the things that, guys, we want you to know. We want you to understand the tone that you talk to us in. It affects us. The way you're looking at us when you're talking to us. Hear me. It affects us. The way that you shift your body. If we come up to talk to you or trying to say something to you, hey, cousin, it affects us. If we're in public and you're talking loud, easy. It affects us. Hey, Tanisha, everything you do. And then I know a lot of times, guys, you like to say stuff like, oh, I didn't even mean anything by that. This is your cheat sheet, fellas. I'm telling you, just about everything you do affects us. If you say, that's why you have to be careful about what you say. If you say, well, I'm going to run over here, I'm going to call you before I get home, and then you show up at the house, why didn't you call me? You said you were going to call. And you're looking like, what's the big deal? Well, to a woman, we might have needed you to go by the store or do something before you got home. But you said you were going to call us. And guys, listen, I know it looks petty. Hey, First Lady McCluster. Hey, Charlotte. I know that it sounds petty. However, we want you guys to know and understand that these type of things affect us. Exactly. Right. Terry was asking, how can they remember when you're not the only one in the relationship? That's good. We got to understand that we're talking about just regular relationships that people are in. I'm not even going with that outside stuff yet. Tonight, we're having this conversation about relationships. Hey, Belinda, I'm so grateful that you and your daughter are watching. And so this is one of the most important things that we want you to remember. Everything affects us, from your tone to your approach to what you remember to do and what you don't remember. It affects us in some kind of way. Number 2, listen, guys, we know when you're not being completely honest. Ladies, can I get you guys to show me some love if I am telling the truth? Hear me, fellas. And now, I'm not just talking about when you're flat out lying. I'm talking about a lot of times, to the men, just to let them know sometimes what y'all try to do to be our heroes. You don't want to tell us the whole truth because you're trying to soften the blow, or you don't want us to get panicky, or you don't want us to get irate. I get it. We overreact to stuff sometimes. But listen to me, fellas. This is your cheat sheet tonight. Ladies know when you're not being completely honest. We know it. It's like this sense, this sixth sense, this thing on us that already lets us know, now he is not telling the truth, or he's hiding something. We hear you, sweetie, but you're not telling it all. Now, ladies, hey, Twyla, again, in the men's defense, they're not always trying to just lie to us. I can't even say that. Some of them are. Some of them trying to get over. But I can't even say that all the time they're trying to lie to us. Sometimes they're thinking they're trying to protect us. Sometimes they don't want to hear our mouth about something, and so they'll try to, how much money did you spend? Not that much. We already know. Well, where did you go? Oh, I was just out. 9 times out of 10, if we're asking a question, can I tell the truth? And ladies, y'all can give me some love. If we're asking the question, 9 times out of 10, sweetie, we already know the answer to it. Hey, Michael, this is me giving you guys a cheat sheet tonight. Now, fellas, don't get defensive. I'm trying to help you guys win in relationships. But thank you, Nino. I'm telling the truth when the fellas can say amen. I'm trying to help the people. Thank you guys for showing the love. I'm giving you guys reasons, some things every woman wishes the men knew. The first one I said was that just about everything you do affects us. Hear me, fellas, everything. From your tone to what you remember to what you don't do, it affects us. The second thing I said is we know when you're not being completely honest. We know when you're lying. We know when you shifting the truth a little bit. It's the truth, but you're taking it and you're twisting it a little bit. Listen. And now let me take it a step further. Usually, when a woman does not address you and she knows you're not being completely honest, it's because maybe one of 3 reasons. Number 1, it's because we no longer care. Number 2, we've just decided to accept it. Or number 3, something else has our attention. Now, ladies, I might not get too many amens on this one, but I'm trying to help the people tonight. Fellas, are y'all hearing me tonight? And those of you guys that are new coming on, hey, Denise, go ahead and start sharing. Make sure you're sharing. Make sure you're tagging your friends. I'm helping the fellas tonight. Fellas, this is your exclusive look inside the mind of a woman. I'm trying to put it out there. Ladies, I know I'm putting us out there, but this is the only way we can help the people. That's right, Nino. I'm telling the truth. Listen, we know when we are not being completely honest. Thank you, Eric. For sure, Linda said. When we don't address you and we know you're not being completely honest, fellas, I'm telling on us. It's because we no longer care. It's because we've just decided, hey, Marianne Gully, to accept whatever you're doing or saying. Or thirdly, something else has our attention. You better hear me. And so some of you guys that think you're just being slick and getting away saying, oh, you know what? I ain't telling the truth. And she not even, coming out there. She not even confronting me about it. Hear me now. It's because we don't care anymore. We've decided just to accept it, or something else has our attention. That's a pink flag, fellas. I'm trying to help you. Number 3, what every woman wishes the men knew. Balance is important. See, we get that we do things that bother you. We get that we do things that upset you. We get that we do things that get on your nerve, fellas. But listen, you can't be so quick to be critical of us, and you don't counteract that by being considerate of us, by saying positive things about us. You got to remember, for all of your criticism and critique, we need assurance and affirmation. If it was Monday night, I would say that's a mic drop right there. Did you hear that, fellas? This is your cheat sheet, women. If I'm telling the truth, I see you guys showing me some love. Fellas, listen, we get it. We get on y'all's last nerve. We drive y'all insane. We can hit you sometimes, fellas. I already know it. We can make you want to get in your car and drive away and never come back. But these are things every woman wishes their man knew. Hear me. Balance is important. For every time that you give us criticism and critique, we need you to balance that with assurance and affirmation. So if you're telling us, I don't like your hair like that. If you're telling us that food, it was too salty. If you're telling us that, well, why did you have to do that? Why you always so this? Why you never doing that? Hey, listen, some of it I won't even tell. Listen, I'll tell the truth. Some of it might be what we need to hear. However, fellas, you have to be careful that you're balancing your criticism and your critique with affirmation and assurance. What about the things that we did right? What about that time that meal was good? What about that time we felt like we were looking like Beyonce? You gotta balance that out, and you gotta make sure that we know, because what'll happen, fellas, and I hope I'm helping you guys tonight, and ladies, I hope I'm helping you guys because I'm helping your man. Ladies, what you have to know about us is we're balancers, and if what you give us negative is too heavy, we'll start to internalize that and we'll feel negative about ourselves. We won't look at ourselves in a positive way. We'll start reflecting all of those things that you're saying. You're always critical. And so in our head, guess what? We're reaffirming the things that you're saying. All we hear in our head, that little aggravating voice in our head, all it's doing is saying, criticizing things. It's critiquing everything. So we'll put on something. You sure you want to wear that? We want to change our hair. You sure you want to do that? So we have to be careful. Hey, Vanessa, we have to be careful, guys. This is a mic drop. If it was my mic drop Monday, I would tell you guys, this is your cheat sheet, guys. Balance is key. And so for every criticism and critique you give us as women, make sure that you follow up with assurance and affirmation. We need to be assured that we're who you want to be with. We need to be assured that no matter how crazy we drive you, you still love us. We need to be affirmed that we're good mothers, or that we're good wives, or that we're good fiancés, that we're good women. We need to hear that from you. So just as quick as it is for you to say, why you got on that? Why did you do your hair like that? Understand that you have to have balance. We need assurance and we need affirmation. This is what I'm talking about tonight. Those of you guys that are coming on, thank you guys that are joining. Make sure this isn't my mic drop Monday. Some of you guys are like, why is she on? She didn't tell me anything. But I'm in this virtual summit conference that's called He Loves Me Not. And so I'm in with one of my friends, Angela. She decided to do this conference. And so I'm speaking tonight on her conference about, fellas, what every woman wishes you knew. Number one was we wanted you to know that just about everything you do affects us. Number two, we want you to know that we know when you're not being completely honest with us. And number three, balance is important. As quick as you can critique us, as quick as you can criticize us, make sure that you offer us assurance and affirmation. Number four, we have insecurities. Fellas, listen to me. I know that sometimes in your head, you just are saying, oh, girl, you look good. Your hair pretty. That body is banging. Oh, you the best cook in the world. You the best this in the world. Listen to me. Ladies, we got to tell the truth. A lot of times we don't articulate this to men. We don't put ourselves out there because sometimes we got this superwoman complex and we want to look like we got it all together, and we want to come across to the people like nothing affects us, nothing bothers us. But listen, fellas, you need to know, this is your cheat sheet. All of us have our insecurity. There are some things that we don't feel secure about. Ladies, am I telling the truth? I told you this is going to get real raw and relevant. There are things about our bodies that we do not like. There are things about our personality that we do not like. There are things we do not feel like we do well. There are things we feel like we are not great at. That's why it is so important that alongside you critiquing us and criticizing things that you want us to improve, you balance that with affirmation. You balance that with assurance, because there are some things that we have that keep us handicapped. We're insecure because most times it stems from our past. Y'all know that what my motto is you can't fix what you won't face. And I just said, a lot of times things happened to us a long time ago. Somebody told us we were ugly. Somebody told us we were too light, too dark, big-eyed, skinny, fat, unattractive. One day somebody said something to us, and no matter how many years have passed, no matter when that happened, somebody walked away from us. Somebody rejected us. Somebody, they came against us. They stabbed us in the back. They betrayed us. And somewhere we're still carrying that on the inside, and it's manifested as an insecurity. And so we get insecure sometimes. When you stop complimenting us, listen, we get insecure. We feel like all of a sudden, we must not look as good. When you stop complimenting the food, we get insecure. We do feel like you might, have tasted somebody else's food and it's better. We get insecure sometimes when you used to carry on about us and make a big scene, and all of a sudden you just start taking us for granted. Even in your head, you might be thinking, fellas, I told her she looked good. I told her she the prettiest woman I know. But when we don't hear that, fellas, listen. Women, we fight so many demons in our minds every day. We got demons of our childhood. We got demons of the past. We got demons of things other people said about us. We got demons of things that we went through that we're still not healed from. We got demons of other women being jealous. We got demons of trying to compete, people trying to compete. We got demons of trying to make our place in this world. There are so many things, ladies, can I tell the truth on us tonight, that's going on in our minds that we have to have affirmation. We have to have somebody saying something positive and speaking something positive in us to counteract some of those insecurities, some of those things that we're not completely confident. You want us to come out of our shell? You want us to dress a little sexy? You want us to do things a little out of the norm? Well, you have to help us get past our insecurities. It's not like magic. It just doesn't wake up. I know B like to say I woke up like this, but for us women, it doesn't happen that quick. There's not a magic pill we can take that automatically makes us see ourselves different. Most times it's a process, and it's something that we have to work on each and every day. And guys, fellas, what every woman wishes you knew is that we need your help to do that. Ladies, am I helping us tonight? Let me see that. Show me some love on the screen if I'm helping you guys. All right, we're moving right along. Thank you. All right, guys, this is number 5. And now this is for women that have children. So I'm going to take this little sidebar. This is for women that have children. And I'm talking about, fellas, what every woman wishes you knew. Stop comparing yourselves to our kids. We did not birth you. You did not come out of us. So we are not going to respond and react to you the same way we do our children. Listen. They're children. I'm trying to help the ladies. I know this is funny, but fellas, you talking about insecure. I have never seen a day and heard so many women talk about how these guys get so crazy when it comes to the kids. Well, you didn't bring me nothing to eat like you brought little John. What? When I was sick, you didn't come in my room and sit down with me for an hour and sing like you did little Ray. They are children. We have a different level of compassion and interaction with them. Hear me, fellas. I'm trying to give you a cheat sheet tonight. Just sitting around looking sideways at how we're interacting with our children. Just getting the attitude. Why y'all always booed up in there watching TV? Why y'all always sneaking off to the store doing little things together? Fellas, stop comparing yourselves to the kids. Let me explain why we give attention to kids like that. Number 1, children, for the most part, are helpless and defenseless, meaning they can't do certain things for themselves. They don't have the wisdom. They don't have the resources. They don't have the know-how to do it. So that's the one time in our life when it comes to our children that we can be great. We can be superheroes. This is the one time where we have somebody looking at us like we are the best things in the world. Ladies, am I making sense? This is the one time where somebody is completely dependent upon us for everything, and it feels good to us, fellas. Let's just tell the truth. Most times our children are going to compliment us. Most times our children are going, Mama, you okay? Mama, you need anything? Mama, your hair's so pretty. Mama, thank you for that good food. Mama, can you come lay down with me? Our children, and fellas, this is the way that you guys can take some notes. I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to help you be great tonight, fellas. Most times, instead of looking sideways at the kids, well, why are you giving them all the attention? Look at what they're doing. They're looking at us like we are the prettiest things in the world, like we were the greatest invention that God ever made. They're complimenting us all the time. Oh, they're right there when we need us. And for women, what that does is that appeals to our emotion, that builds our character up, that makes us feel like, wow, there was something that I did right. There was something that I got right. There is somebody that loves me unconditionally. There is somebody that's pleased with the things that I do. So fellas, get out your feelings about these kids, and you might want to take some notes. That was a sidebar. Thank you, Zandra. I'm telling the truth. This is how we get help tonight. All right. Number 6. I'm talking about fellas, what every woman wishes you knew. All right. Now, this is a big one. Fellas, however you want to be attended to physically is how we first need to be attended to mentally. Hear me. I'm going to say that again because I don't want this to go over your head. If you guys just came on, y'all might want to hit the share button because I'm sure you want your baby daddies, your husbands, your boyfriends, your brothers, your uncles. Some man in your life need to hear this message. This is a cheat sheet for the guys. Guys, I'm trying to help you win with women. I'm talking about fellas, what every woman wishes you would know. Listen, however, that's right, Shamitra, my mule just got loose. Fellas, however you want to be attended to physically, this is grown folks talk tonight, is how we need to be attended to mentally. See, intimacy translates differently for us. So you have to think about it. What do I want from my woman? Oh, I want her to be all over me. Oh, I want her to just make me feel like a superhero. Oh, I want this woman to just talk to me like I'm the sexiest, baddest thing in the world. But listen, there is some reciprocity that has to happen. Fellas, this is me giving you a cheat sheet, how to help you understand women. However you want to be attended to physically is how we need to be attended to mentally. For us women, what we are is responders. We are reactors. You act some kind of way, we react to it. You do something, we respond back. And a lot of men, y'all put the cart before the horse. Let me just tell you, you coming after something from us and you ain't primed nothing to get it. Is this too deep for y'all? This grown folks night tonight. I told you on my mic drop Monday, I'm talking about empowerment, but my friend asked me to come over and do something about relationships. So tonight, fellas, I'm trying to be real, raw, and relevant. I'm trying to help you win with women. Hear me. Men in your head, I get it. You always thinking, she ought to know I want her. I already know I'm coming for her. She already know. Listen, in our head, let me tell you, I just said that the first thing we wished y'all knew was that just about everything y'all do affects us. So listen to me. If you hadn't been talking to us, if you hadn't been having conversations with us, hey, Timothy, if you have not been attending to us, checking on us, asking us how our day was, being sweet to us, you're going to come around and saddle up on the end and think we supposed to respond and think the way gonna be made. Listen to me, that well has ran dry. I'm trying to help the women be great. Men, I'm trying to help y'all win tonight. Listen to me. You have to think to yourself, what is it that I want from this woman? Well, I want her to make me feel like a man. Physically, I want her to make me feel strong and make me feel, like I'm a supporter, like I'm the best thing. Listen. But mentally, women, are you making us feel needed? Are you making us feel desired? Are you making us feel like you think about us during the day? Are you making us feel like that when we cooked for you and you just thought about how we took care of you and how we made sure that your clothes were ironed or washed or whatever it is that we do? What have you done? What seed have you planted? Listen. Thank you, Leah. Now I got to take a sidebar. Even the Bible says that for as long as the earth shall remain, seed time and harvest. Fellas, a lot of y'all come to try to reap a harvest, but you ain't sowed no seeds. If it was mic drop Monday, I'd drop the mic. I'm trying to help us win tonight. A lot of times you coming home and you waiting for us to you walking in the door. You think we supposed to be in lingerie. You smelling food and we just jumping on you. But what about during the day? What about the fact that we haven't gotten a conversation from you? What about that important date I said earlier that you forgot? What about when we needed you to be understanding about something? We asked you to go. I'm telling you guys, this is little things. We asked you to go by the store on your way home and bring some milk. We asked you to do that and you said okay. But then you show up and you don't have any milk. What? We said call before you got home. And see, y'all guys, y'all wonder why we get so irate. But for women, it all goes together. To us, and all you're saying is, what you get so mad about? I just forgot the milk. I can go back and get it. Listen, you don't understand what that means to a woman. What that means to a woman is you were listening to us. You were attending to us. What we're saying is important to you. That's the bigger issue, fellas. Ladies, am I helping y'all tonight? This is what we need you all to see and to say. And now, like I said at the beginning, I'm here to be the mediator because, ladies, sometimes we mean well, but we can get in our feelings and we can go to acting left. And sometimes we're not able to translate and articulate this to our fellas like we would really like for them to hear. But this is what I'm here to do tonight. I'm here to be real, raw, and relevant. I'm here to drop the mic. Y'all know that if you follow me and if you are on my lives on Mic Drop Monday, y'all know I always tell you guys, you can't fix what you won't face. So guys, I'm trying to tell you, stop trying to make a withdrawal out of a bank you hadn't deposited anything in. That was a mic drop. Just, wanting to know why you ain't all over me. Why you didn't already cook. Why you didn't already do this. And we be over there looking at you with a side eye. And we'll get real brand new. Oh, you talking to me now? Oh, all of a sudden now you need something you can speak. You've been ignoring me this whole week. You hadn't had 2 words to say to me. You don't touch me any other time, but now all of a sudden you're feeling frisky. All of a sudden you want to come to mama. But wait a minute. What positive thing have you said to me all week long? What have you said that has just encouraged me? What support have you offered to me? When have you said, hey, you want to just go somewhere together? It don't have to be anywhere fancy. Guys, I know y'all think that we're looking for these grand acts of kindness and love. You think that we're waiting for you to pull the stars out of the sky, put them on a silver platter and present them to us. But sometimes it's just as simple as being considerate. Sometimes it's just as simple as when we asked you to do something, did you remember to do it? Sometimes it means a whole lot just for you to think about it. That leads me to my next point. There's a concept called consideration. Thank you, Sarita. And if I'm helping y'all, I hope y'all show me some love on the screen. Those of you guys that are coming on, listen, make sure that you're sharing. Make sure that you're sharing this with your friends. Those of you all that are new, I'm Elisa, LaShell, the Empowerment Specialist. Make sure that you go follow me on Facebook because every Monday night, I'm sitting up here for Mic Drop Monday and I'm real, raw, and relevant. So this is what we're talking about tonight. I'm getting to talk about relationships tonight. What every woman wishes their men knew. There's a concept called consideration. You have to put our day, our schedule, our agenda inside of your expectations of us. And then little things that you do show us that you're being considerate. Guess what? You'll get a big return on it. What do I mean? Listen, fellas, in your head, if you're saying to yourself, I want to go out tonight with her. I want us to go to the movies. Think to yourself, just think. Or if you're thinking to yourself, ooh, when I get home, I want a good meal, then I want to do this. Listen, hey, Shanti, thank you. Hey, Ramisha, you have to think to yourself, what did she have to do today? Let me think. Did she say that she was going to be busy today? Are the kids overwhelming her? Has she said anything about having a headache or being sick? These are the things that you think about before time because this is how you get results, fellas. I'm trying to help you. I was going to do a segment one time, but I felt like it was too off the chain. It was going to be for the men while your woman keeps saying, not tonight, honey. A lot of it has to do with the concept of consideration. I'm calling it the COC. Listen, the COC will help y'all guys win. I'm telling you guys, this isn't to bash you guys. This is to help you win with your woman. There is a concept of consideration. We need you to think to yourself, what is it that she has to do today? And now, ladies, and that's right, we have to be better about articulating some things. We have to be more considerate to these guys to say, hey, wait a minute. I need to make sure that I tell him, listen, today I have a doctor's appointment. Listen, Boop Boop sick today and I'm going to have to stay home. I have a lesson I got to study for. I have a report I got to turn in by the end of the day. I'm working overtime. I got an appointment. I got to be somewhere tonight. After I get off of work, I got to be right somewhere. But fellas, it is your responsibility to listen. Hear me. I just said, fellas, stop trying to make a withdrawal out of an account that you haven't deposited anything everything in. When a woman walks in that door and she's went to work and she's come home and she's cooked or she's took care of the kids and she's had to go somewhere else, maybe she had an event to attend to. When she walks in that door, the first thing that she does not want to see is you laid up on the bed talking about come here to daddy. Wait a minute. How about, hey, how you doing? See, some of us, it's the concept of consideration. It doesn't occur to you that maybe we just want to talk, that maybe we just want an opportunity to sit down and breathe for a minute. Maybe we want you to ask us about our day. Maybe we want you, if you want something from us. And this is the other thing. Thank you, Kenneth. It's the other thing, guys. This is how you deposit into the woman that you want something out of. When you thinking, you know what, I want to spend some intimate time with my woman. Well, look at her. What is she doing? If she's cooking, why don't you say, you know what, babe, while you're cooking, let me go ahead and get the baby bathed and put to bed. Let me go ahead and eliminate some of the stress for you. Let me go ahead and get in front of those things. And then you know what, when she finally has a chance to sit down, a lot of guys, I'm going to help you guys here. A lot of guys say that women make them feel like they're a chore. Women, we can make men feel like y'all something to do on our to-do list. But guys, let me tell you where that comes from. We already have a list of things that we have to do every day. We have people that have expectations of us. Some of their expectations are unrealistic. There are demands on us as women all of the time. Naturally, we are caretakers. We're nurturing, we're providing, we're being there for people. When we get home, there is another set of demands that we have. And what happens is, if you go back to the room or to the living room, sit down, pop a drink, and turn on that TV, and you just lay up waiting to eat, you hear the kids screaming, and you ain't bothered to see if they need anything. You see the clothes loaded up, the hamper is overrun with clothes. You see us just steadily going from one thing to another, and then you'll sit your behind back down that bed and wait for us to get through with everything and then be sitting there looking at us with stars in your eyes. Not tonight. It's the concept of consideration. Sometimes, fellas, it's not that we don't want to, but it's the fact that, hey, have you even asked me how my day was? I've been on my feet the last 4 hours. You want to rub them first? How about ask me how do I feel physically? Because my back may be hurting. My head really may be hurting. See, sometimes what we're waiting for, ladies, am I telling the truth? Am I helping? Sometimes what we're waiting for is just a little consideration, just those little things that will help us. Joe says, what do you think about a man that doesn't work but does everything in the house as far as cooking, cleaning, and taking care of the kids? See, that's still reciprocity. If there is a guy and he's taking on that role, still, Joe, let me tell you something. The woman does have to be considerate of the fact that the man has been there, but the concept still remains. She's been away from home all day. She's been at work all day. She's been meeting the demands of a boss and people that probably don't appreciate her. When she walks in the house, even though the house might be clean, even though the kids might be fed, a lot of times women want the same thing you want when you get home. Some peace, a minute, a break, time off, just wind down time. And so sometimes you'll be surprised if a woman just gets a little space. Thank you, ladies, for showing the love. I must be speaking your language. If a lady gets a little room, if we get an opportunity to relax, if we hear you engage in a conversation about us, fellas, ask yourself, when was the last time I asked my lady how she feels? When is the last time I asked her, baby, what are you aspiring to do? What's your goals for this year? What is it that I can help you with? You know what? What is it that you think you might need from me? Is there something I can do better? What are your fears? What are your desires? Tell me something about you that you're feeling insecure about so that I can help build that up in you. What do you need from me? Fellas, I'm trying to help you win. Baby, the floodgates of heaven will open and it will rain. Some of that went over y'all head, but those of y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm trying to help us win tonight. Thank you guys that are coming on. It's over 230 of you guys. I hope you guys are sharing. I hope you're inviting your friends. I mean, we're real, raw, and relevant tonight. I'm Elisa, LaShell, the empowerment specialist, and this is what I do. My motto is, you can't fix what you won't face. Those of you all that have never met me, this is your first time being here with me tonight. Go follow me, send me a friend request. I'm on every Monday night at 9:00 p.m. for Mic Drop Monday. Listen, you don't want to miss it. I'm empowering every Monday night. But tonight I'm stepping to the side a little bit and I'm talking about relationships in this virtual conference. So here is another big one. Since I've already troubled the water, let me stay right there. Fellas, what every woman wishes you knew, we wish that you would understand that it works both ways. It works both ways. What are you saying, Elisa? Thank you, Joe. If how we look, smell, and sound affects you, then can I give you an epiphany about something? Then how you look, smell, and sound affects us too. Can I get some love from the ladies? Fellas, I'm trying to help you win. This is your cheat sheet. I'm not bashing you. I'm trying to help you win with your woman. It works both ways. I'm going to say that again in case it went over your head. If how we look, smell, and sound affects you, we need you to remember something. How you look, smell, and sound affects us too. There are some women that's living in some silent torture chambers. Listen, guys, and can I just be real tonight, ladies? Fellas, if there is a chance that you think you want to be intimate and up on your woman, can you not want to do that right after you eat and you got to run to the bathroom because your stomach tore up? If you know you have a gas problem, can you go get some Zantax? Can you go to your doctor and see if he will prescribe something so that you ain't in our face burping and passing gas 24/7? Who wants to come in a room and feel sexy when it stinks? I'm trying to help you guys. Y'all come in, you want us to be at the door looking like Kitty Boo Boo, want us to be all lingerie up like a Victoria's Secret model, but you come in looking like Joe from the car lot, from the, what you call those places where you fix the automobile shop. Like you just greased up and ashy. Listen, women, we looking at that. Fellas, I'm trying to help y'all. Don't get in our face talking about, boo, your breath stink. You're gassy. Listen, we don't want that. We're looking at you. When was the last time you brushed your teeth? Fellas, we got to tell the truth. I know it's funny, but I'm helping the people. Listen, when did you shave last? It's time to get those edges trimmed up. And guys, I have to say this because now y'all critical on us. Y'all know when our hair start looking some kind of way and we looking some kind of way, y'all will check us in a minute. But now y'all don't want us to tell y'all, I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to help you get this woman say yes when she always saying no. Listen to me, fellas, and I know it sounds a little petty, but this is what I'm dropping the mic on tonight. It works both ways. This is what every woman wishes her man knew. If how we look, smell, and sound affects you, you better know that how you look, smell, and sound affects us too. Thank you, Lisa. We trying to help you guys. Sometimes, and just think about it, when you started off, when you were dating, some of this stuff I'm talking about, some of us didn't know y'all had a burping problem. Some of us had no idea you had a gas issue. Honey, you hid that thing from us. We didn't know some of the things that we know, but baby, when it stopped being new, when the shine off of that relationship, you let your hair down. Hear me, guys. You just walk around with your little pot belly and you just prancing around with your shirt off, making no attempt to go to nobody gym, making no attempt to pull back from that plate. Listen, women are visual. We looking at you and our faces tooted up. We looking at you coming right out that bathroom talking about, babe, you want to do something? No, I don't want to do nothing. I want to go to bed. That's all I can think of I want to do. I'm trying to help us, fellas. This is what we do. Thinking when the men say I'm on target, then I must be telling the truth. Fellas, we got to do better. And the last thing, you got to think your tone. Think about it, fellas. Y'all know y'all get all in y'all feelings if we say something to y'all in the wrong tone. Now, my daddy used to always say, you get anything, just about anything you want out of a man if you know how to ask, if your tone is correct, if you're saying it, if you approach them the right way. Well, fellas, why don't you all know that it works the same way? You coming at us, you talking all hard. Come on now, you fussing. You got an attitude about everything. You defensive. Listen, I'm trying to help you guys. This stuff affects us. It makes us want to shut down the store. We can be happy about you all day. We can have wanting to see you, ready to look at you, ready to be with you, want to go somewhere, and then you come in and your tone off. That thing shut down. Women, I'm going to just tell the truth on us. On the one end, and now women, if I'm going to tell the truth, I got to tell it all. On the one end, it takes a while to heat us up. You got to preheat us. And I'm going to go over my points when I get to the end. You have to preheat us. You want something out of us, baby, you got to, you know how we do our ovens. And listen, it's almost 300 of you guys watching live with me right now. Thank you guys that are watching, sharing, and tagging your friends and inviting them to come on. Women, let's tell the truth, guys. This is your cheat sheet. We're like those ovens. You got to preheat it. If you think at the end of the day, you want something warm and hot coming out that oven, I hope y'all hearing these messages I'm putting in here subliminally, people. You got to preheat that thing before you go to work. You got to preheat it. How do you preheat it? What are you saying to us? How are you warming up that? Ooh, baby, I sure hate to leave you. When last time you told that one, I hate to leave you, but I got to go. But boy, I'm going to be counting the hours before I get back to you. Through the day, you sending that text. That's not about you. That's about the one. Hey, I was just thinking about you. You were just on my mind, just wondering how you were doing. You send something to the house. Flowers, it's not my birthday. Just thought a beautiful woman should have something beautiful to look at. What? Listen, the women getting excited right now. They saying, yes, ma'am. Baby, by the time you get home, you ain't got to go find them. They're going to be at the door waiting like, where you at, daddy? What's up? I'm trying to help you, fellas. You have to preheat the oven. But now when the oven hot, y'all know it take a while for that oven to cool down. But let me tell you something else about women. Yeah, we take a long time to heat up. But when you come at us the wrong way, phew, that switch goes off immediately. We don't care. I don't know what it is about us fellas. I can't even make an excuse for it. But it's something about us women. When we get turned off, listen, that's it. You can't come back around. You better try that again in a couple of days. And don't even try it the next day. Hear me now. It just take us a minute. That's right, Drew. I'm trying to help the people tonight. Listen, it's 350 of y'all on here. So I must be telling the truth tonight. Fellas, I'm trying to help you win. I'm trying to help you win. Now, fellas, while I'm here, let me go ahead and stay here. I'm talking about what every woman wishes you knew. There is nothing attractive about a man who acts like a boy. Hear me now, fellas. Why aren't you winning? Because there is nothing. This is what women want you to know. There is nothing attractive about a man who acts like a boy. Let me help you. When you can't handle your finances, when you're not financially responsible, when that woman sees that you said you were going to pay the bills and didn't come through, when you said you were going to do something, oh man, I forgot. When you're never consistent, you can't ever keep up anything consistent. When you can't be trusted and counted on, when we depend, I told you all earlier, it's sometimes the little things. When we asked you to call us before you got home, what we're doing, we're reaching, we're trying to say, listen, I need to depend on you. I need to trust that you heard what I have to say. Women showing all the love on the screen. I'm trying to tell you, there is nothing about a grown man as much as we want to be your helpmeet. It aggravates us when it's some things that we want to see you do for yourself. Listen, why? Because of what I said earlier, the COC, the concept of consideration. We don't mind doing what we need to do. But when you see us overwhelmed, when you see us trying to just do stuff for everybody, you see us trying to be a mama, trying to be a wife, trying to be somebody's employee. You know, we in school, we're working on all of this stuff, and you still sitting there saying, babe, I got in a white wash for tomorrow. First of all, how long did you know that you were running low on whites? And so now you wait till the last minute when I still gotta finish cooking. I gotta wash the dishes. I gotta put June to bed. I gotta study for my test. I gotta get my clothes out for work. And you asking me about whites? These sometimes are the little nuggets that will go a long way, fellas, with women. And now again, that's not excusing women. Women, we know what we need to do. But tonight I'm trying to help the men win. This is what you have to know. Men, there is nothing cute when you sit around acting whiny like a little crybaby. Now, we know when y'all get sick, y'all turn into mama's boys and we have to cater. I'm not even talking about that. But when we see traits, when we have to continually tell you to pick up behind yourself, hey, you gonna pick up that shirt? Hey, didn't you just have those on? Don't you need to put those in the hamper? Hey, did you brush your teeth this morning? Hey, look like you need to run that comb through that hair. When we constantly, hey, did you remember to pay the bill? Hey, remember I told you to come by, and I keep talking about that, and bring some milk? Thank you. These are things, men, that women want you to know. There is nothing attractive. What happens, and I say this all the time, so many men complain that women are treating you like y'all think y'all my mama. What happens is when you start acting like our boys, we jump into the mama role. And let me tell you, it is not healthy to get us into mama moments. Why? Because mamas ain't going to bed with their son. They ain't feeling sexy about their children. Come on now. And so you wonder, well, where's the intimacy? Why she don't want to go out with me? Well, if we have spent all of our time acting like your mama, then guess what? The wife part or the partner part or the other part that you want from us, we can't tap into that role because we're too busy being something else. Am I helping you ladies tonight, and am I helping you guys? Listen, we're almost at 400 people watching live. Make sure you guys keep sharing this and tagging your friends. We're real, raw, and relevant tonight. I keep telling you guys that are joining. A lot of you guys are joining for the first time. I'm Elisa, LaShell, the empowerment specialist. Every Monday night at 9 o'clock p.m. I do Mic Drop Monday. Make sure you're following me. Make sure you're sending me a friend request so that you can see the things that I have going on. Now, I'm almost to the end. Here are my last two. Fellas, and then I'm going to go back over my list. Fellas, we love quality time. But, y'all knew it had to be something. We love quality time, but only when it doesn't feel like we got to pay for it later. I'm going to let that simmer just a second. Y'all hear that, fellas? I'm trying to help you. This is your cheat sheet. We love quality time, but only when it doesn't feel like we're going to have to pay for it later. Well, I took you out to eat, so what you got for me? What? Didn't I just buy you something? So now you're going to throw that in our face as a reason why we should do something else? Listen, thank you ladies for showing the love. This is what makes us want to withdraw it. This is what makes us say, never mind, I don't want to go to the movies. Never mind, I don't want to go out. Sometimes, and I'm covering all the bases because some of us don't have these problems, but God in heaven knows some of us do. I'm trying to cover enough that helps everybody tonight. Thank you guys so much for your feedback. Fellas, listen, I just said that you can't try to make withdrawals out of a bank that you didn't put any deposits in. Sometimes, and let me tell you how SunTrust works. So any of you all that deal with SunTrust, you can put a check in today, but you cannot withdraw that money right then. Oh no, you got to wait till tomorrow before you can get that money out. Sometimes, fellas, you jump in there and you put in a deposit and then you ready to withdraw something right then. It ain't marinated. I'm helping y'all win, fellas. What might help you, what will open up the floodgates is if you deposit and then you just act like you ain't looking for nothing in return. Babe, I just did that because I wanted to show you my appreciation. Boo, I just did that because I just wanted to spend time with you. I just sent you that just because I was thinking about you. What? And you're not expecting nothing in return? And you're not bringing that up when I say no about something? Hear me. You have no idea how far that goes with us women. It goes a long way. When you take her out on a date and then you looking, all right, you know what I'm going to want. Wait, what? This is what that date was about. Now, there is a difference against planning a romantic evening where you're doing different things. There is a difference. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about when you're doing it and you're waiting for an immediate withdrawal. Thank you, Erica. I'm trying to help the people get free tonight. And my last point, and then I'm going to let y'all go, and I appreciate so many of you guys that watched. My last point is this, fellas, what every woman wishes you knew. Stop taking everything we say at face value and look deeper into what we're saying. Well, you said you didn't want to be, but listen, stop taking everything we say at face value. Sometimes we're talking out of frustration. Sometimes we're talking out of our emotion. Sometimes we're saying stuff because we're trying to emphasize it because we're trying to bring home a point to you. We don't know another way to get your attention and show you that we're mad or show you that we need it. So sometimes we go a little left. But if everything we say, you get in your feelings that told you acting like a little boy and you falling out and you acting some kind of way, listen. Everything ain't that serious, fellas. Stop taking everything we say at face value and listen deeper into what we're saying. If we're saying, I don't feel like doing that. Don't bother me with that. What am I really saying? Well, why wouldn't she want to be bothered? Did I make her mad? Wait a minute, let me remember. Oh, you know what? She did say that she had to go deal with her sick mom today. Maybe that's what's got her frustrated. Maybe that's something. We need you to look deeper sometimes into what we're saying. Sometimes we need you to try to figure us out. Try to look into our soul. And listen, I get it. Sometimes us women, we have to tell the truth. Sometimes we can be hard and we mean to be difficult to understand. We shut down, we close those doors, and we don't want anything to get through. But fellas, can I tell you a secret? We really want you to try. I know it looks like that woman don't want to fool with me. She don't want anything to do with me. But if you look deeper, if you listen a little harder, we always leave the light on for you. We always leave some breadcrumbs in your path so that you can get back to us. We just need you to pay attention to the little things. I appreciate the guys that are saying thank you. Just try. And so as I leave, thank you guys that are joining and saying that this is good. I'm going to go back over my list. Fellas, what every woman wants you to know, if you caught this at the end, yes, you better go back and watch the replay on this because I was all the way live tonight. Number one, we want you to know that just about everything you do affects us in some kind of way. From you not answering the phone, from you not doing what you said you were going to do, from the way that you're looking sideways at us. Everything you do affects us. Number two, we know when you're not being completely honest. Even if you think it's not a complete lie, you're just leaving out some of the details. We know. And when we don't address it, it's because of one of three reasons. We decided we don't care anymore. We've decided to accept it, or something or somebody else has our attention. Number three, balance is important. We get that we aggravate you. We get that we get on your nerves. But be sure that for all the criticism and critique that you give us, make sure that you're balancing it with assurance and affirmation. Number four, we have insecurities. We are insecure about some things. Sometimes we don't feel like we look good. Sometimes we think we're fat. Sometimes we don't think we're unattractive. Sometimes we're not sure how this new recipe we tried is going to be. Sometimes we're kind of insecure about we're trying something new, a new outfit. We insecure. We need your validation. Number five, stop comparing yourselves to our kids. We birthed them. Of course, we're going to pay a different level of attention to them. Of course, we're going to want to boo up with them. Of course, we're going to attend to their needs different because they're children. They don't have resources. They're not able to make decisions on their own. So we have to give them a little bit more. And some of the reasons why we consider them the way we do. Look at the way they treat us. They look at us like we the best things in the world. They act like we Beyonce when we walk in the room. They act like we Mrs. Fix-It, like we can do anything. Sometimes those are the things that grab us at our hearts and gets our emotions. Next, however you want to be attended to physically is how we need to be attended to mentally, because intimacy translates differently for us. Next, the COC, the concept of consideration. Always put our day, our agenda, our schedule inside of your expectations of us. Before you expect us to have a clean house or hot food on the stove or ready to have sex or whatever expectation you have, consider what we might have had to go through that day. Consider how we might be feeling that day. Consider whether or not you've been speaking to us all week. Consider whether or not you're spending quality time with us. Consider the last time you just sat down and had a conversation with us about our hopes and our dreams and our fears. Next, understand that it works both ways. Thank you, Leah. I appreciate you trying to type these points in. Understand that it works both ways. If how we look, smell, and sound affects you, then you better understand that how you look, smell, and sound affects us too. Next, there is nothing attractive about a man who acts like a boy, who's not responsible, who can't take care of finances, who's not dependable, and who cannot be trusted. Next, we love quality time, but only when it doesn't seem like we have to pay for it later. And last but not least, stop taking everything we say at face value and take some time to look deeper into what we're saying. Look deeper into our actions. Listen in past our emotions. Look past our craziness and rolling the heads and snapping off. And think, what might have triggered her? What might have caused her to be that way? And I promise you guys, if you will take some of these points into consideration, you, my friend, will win with your woman. I hope you guys have enjoyed this tonight. I'm so excited and I'm so grateful that I got this opportunity to be in on this conference and to do this relationship segment. I really hope you guys got something out of it. If you did, put a message on my page, shoot me an inbox, let me know that you enjoyed this segment. If you haven't started following me yet, go to my page and follow me. I'm Elisa LaShell, the Empowerment Specialist. Every Monday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I do an empowerment segment called Mic Drop Monday. You don't want to miss it.